Have you ever wanted a gaming PC to be able to play the video games you want and practically do everything? I have had this dream of being able to have a gaming PC since 2016. After more than 6 years I achieved it. And in this video I will show you and talk about the components of my gaming PC. Let's start with the head of the computer, the processor. The current processor is a Ryzen 5 4600G with 6 cores and 12 threads, running at a frequency of 3.7 GHz and up to 4.2 GHz. This processor is not very powerful, so I plan to upgrade it to a Ryzen 7 5570X3D, an 8-core, 16-thread processor. This processor has 100 MB of L3 cache, giving it a significant advantage over other processors in the AM4 socket. Next is the motherboard, which is the MSI B550M, supporting up to a Ryzen 7 with a BIOS update. The RAM consists of two 16 GB DDR4 modules at 3200 MHz from the Kingston Fury model. For storage, there is a 240 GB M2 SSD, although I can't remember the brand right now, and I also have a 1 TB external hard drive. The power supply is an XPG pylon 650 watt unit, capable of powering the entire PC without issue. The case is a Kronos ATX Gaming, the black version with 4 fans. And finally, the most expensive part of this computer. The graphics card, which is an RX 7600 GB model with RGB, has 8 GB of RAM, suitable for 1080p and some 144p gaming. If you want to see if this graphics card is good, watch this video, of course after finishing this one. Earlier I mentioned that the processor is not very powerful and that I plan to change it for another one, and this is the reason. PCI Express. What is PCI Express, you might ask? I'll explain it in a way you can understand. First of all, we need to know that graphics cards connect through a port called PCI, which uses several lanes for bandwidth. Common configurations are X1, X4, X8, and X16, with X16 being ideal and by 8 being the minimum. There are also versions of PCIe 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, and 5.0. This graphics card uses 4.0, and the motherboard is also 4.0. But the Ryzen 5 4600G uses PCI Express 3.0, which will cause a limitation on the graphics card. This limitation can also affect the speed of SSDs that connect directly to the PCI port. Therefore, my graphics card is not performing at 100% due to this limitation. Now let's take a look at some shots of the assembled PC. It's a pretty good and nice looking PC that cost me around $800. It's a perfect PC for video editing, playing games in 1080p at maximum settings, and in 144p with medium graphics. The only thing this PC needs is a processor upgrade and a bit more storage, which would cost about $300, bringing the total value of this PC to between $800 and $1,100. Now let's see how it performs in some games. In Fortnite, with the graphics set to minimum at 108p resolution, we can achieve around 130 to 140 FPS, which is quite good considering that Fortnite is a poorly optimized game that relies more on the processor than the graphics card. In Grand Theft Auto 5 with maximum graphics settings at 108p resolution, we achieve around 60 to 70 stable FPS, which is quite good. You can also play roleplay servers without frame drops. In Minecraft 1.21.3 with shaders at 108p resolution, we can achieve around 200 FPS, with some drops to 140 FPS if we explode TNT, which is quite good. In Minecraft 1.8 with low graphics settings at 108p resolution, we achieve over 1000 FPS, which is quite a lot. In Bloodstrike with maximum graphics settings at 108p resolution, we can achieve 165 FPS. In conclusion, in Fortnite, we achieve an average of 120 or 130 FPS. In Grand Theft Auto 5 an average of 60 and 70 FPS. In Minecraft with shaders in version 1.21.3, an average of 140 or 200 FPS. In Minecraft 1.8, more than 1000 FPS. In Bloodstrike 165 FPS. This PC performs quite well despite the previously mentioned PCI Express limitation. The arrival of this PC means a lot of things. The improvement in video quality, the ability to expand to live streams, and more. I want to thank all the people who have subscribed to my channel, and I want to tell you that bigger things are coming in the future, so if you like the video, don't forget to subscribe and like. If you're interested in knowing whether the RX 7600 is worth it in 2024, watch this video. See you soon.